What is the status of the sampling, Simone? Any updates from the timekeeper?
For the moment, no. The people on the island are still suspicious of the Foundation's motives, so she hasn't had a second chance to collect any samples. But she has called in an hour ago. We were informed that she will return to the cave shortly. She also warned us that the immunity zone on the island appears to be shrinking. The safe zone is not stable. Mom, have you noticed something?
They are unrelated, Simone. The mask and the incantation are indeed related to Manus Vindictae, but they are unrelated to each other. If the account of the Vienna investigator is correct, one cannot help but question. Why would Arcana not simply give the masks to Isolde and her brother?
Investigator Marx's report was highly lacking, making it challenging for us to infer what truly happened.
I suppose we can be skeptical that the report is incomplete, but it is all we have for now. She did a good job. I could not have asked for more. We all heard it. An ancient miracle, a circle of salvation. The leader of Manus Vindictae promised a miracle, but the mask is far from it. The mask is a tool of control, designed to identify and enslave the believers. Matthew has demonstrated its effects for us. But this ritual is different.
Do you mean the ritual is more sophisticated than the mask?
Perhaps, but it is not entirely definitive. The investigators in Vienna completed their mission spectacularly, and now Matthew has proven that the mask is useless for our purposes. Its immunity was only a cover for its other functions. And the mask has powerful and irreversible side effects. Even if we find out how it protects the wearer from the storm, we cannot use it on our colleagues. If this incantation is verified to be true, it will be our Promethean fire.
This ritual is useless to us. Save yourself this harbor. We're not getting anywhere with this.
What? Explain yourself, Adler. What do you mean the ritual is useless? You barely sat down. My coffee's still hot.
I don't need to waste any more time. It's simple logic. The current information is insufficient for cryptographic decryption. We're attempting an exhaustive brute force, comparing every ancient text and record to find the language or corresponding text. It's like looking for a needle in a colossal haystack. Even if we stumble onto a match, none of us can validate such a thing. A breakthrough in this regard is simply not possible.
You can't be serious. And what is the basis of your reasoning? Have you figured out the mechanics behind the ritual?
I didn't need to understand the intricacies of Arcanum to deduce this. It was simple logic.
So you never even tried to understand it. With your supposedly superior human reasoning, you dismissed all of our dedication and hard work just like that. Who the f do you think you are?
What?
Matthew was right. You arrogant fools, clueless morons! Get out of my face, you humanocentric narcissist! Go to hell!
Was this really necessary? I was just sharing my conclusion.
Oh, it was the mask. I should have thought of that. He worked in the same lab as Matthew, and he must have been exposed to the mask.
But his physical exam seemed fine. Is there an incubation period?
Does he seem fine to you now? Huh? No! Williams, put that down. That's the only Conway Automaton 5 left after the storm. Security! Security! We've got a code red!
Be with us. I saw
An
Shaq.
eye for an eye.
I know the moon, and this is an alien
Don't blink.
city. I will pray for you. Sorry.
So, what are the implications for the decryption?
There were no unintended consequences. We were able to control Williams in time, and the Conway Automaton 5 he destroyed wasn't useful to our work anyway.
I am glad you kept the damages to a minimum. Since you are still here, Mr. Ulrich, I take it as a sign that you have more to report?
Williams was merely an accident, ma'am, but Adler is a loose cannon on the team. We need to talk about this. With all due respect, I still don't understand why you put him on the team. He may have made his contributions to Laplace, but that was 8 years ago. Now he's just an irritating defeatist and a staunch supporter of humanocentrism. He never understood the Arcanum, or tried. He's still stuck in the time before the first storm and refuses to acknowledge that his small, beautiful world is gone. How can someone like that help us?
I understand your concern, but I have not heard anything about the incapacitation of Adler Hoffman.
What? He got a few scratches at most. The guy barely touched him.
So he is fine. I am glad we agree. Is there anything else you would like to report? His lack of knowledge on Arcanum is exactly why we need him. his human perspective will offer valuable insights on arcane rituals. The results of this study will not only be used to save arcanists, but also humans who share the same world with us. We are racing against the clock, mister, and your report on personal disputes and racial conflicts has wasted 2 minutes and 37 seconds of our time. If he refuses to cooperate, you have every right to remove him from the team. That is your responsibility. Oh. I am relieved that you survived your altercation. What would you like to report?
I'm fed up with wasting time, ma'am. The setback with the mask has already driven too many people insane. That's why you should take a look at this. I can logically deduce that our current direction is another dead end. The incantation isn't long enough for cryptographic decryption. We will have to turn to ancient records. Perhaps we'll find something in age-old manuscripts, in tablet inscriptions, or in the memories of powerful arcanists. But even if we find it, we can't validate it because none of us can cast the skill. Low-ranking arcanists can't cast high-ranking skills, even if they know the exact pronunciation and meaning of the incantation. Gnosis is beyond reason like that and cannot be debated. It stems from raw intuition rather than logic and intellect, is shaped by personal experience and natural abilities, and cannot be intentionally replicated. And the most determining factor, it relies on the arcanist's purity of blood. The miracle ritual you hold such hopes for belongs to the leader of Manus Vindictae, a pure-blooded arcanist whose power is beyond our imagination. It's like asking a toddler to solve Goldbach's conjecture. It's completely beyond the boundaries of our limits.
But you are not an arcanist. Why should you play by their rules? You are right. Arcanists differ due to their purity of blood. Researcher Medicine Pocket has already reported the linear correlation between the bloodline of an arcanist and their abilities, and has drawn a conclusion 10 times more extreme.
Then you should listen. That's their area of expertise.
We know that our cryptographers do not have the power to validate the ritual. And we do not expect you to do that. All I ask of you is to come up with a feasible plan and to do it as a team. Your deduction is logical, but not practical or actionable. So I should return this to you.
What?
Your logic is impressive, Adler, but do not let it limit your thinking. You spoke of the boundaries of arcane power, but logic has its limits too, no? Knowledge can be obtained through various means, such as intuition, logical reasoning, empirical observations, and teachings from others. Your team is not the only one cracking the ritual through their own means. If you fail, we will turn to the others, and if that approach is wrong, we will try another. If no solution is found before the storm, we will simply wait for the next one. What matters is we keep moving forward, no matter the cost. We must keep to the path, or we will be swept away like dust in the rain.
If one team fails, you can still turn to the others. Warum denn? Warum musste es Kreta sein?
What?
Forget it. Just a bitter, irrational thought. This marks the end of my efforts. Hopefully, the others will bring you the needed breakthroughs. You've been waiting here for a while. Are you expecting someone? You aren't the type to waste time listening to us whine, so there must be something here worthy of your attention. Is someone close to a breakthrough?
Nothing of the sort. I am recharging. We have a public power outlet here. But I am indeed waiting. The doves of the Whitestone House are here. Good. Someone closer to the limit has given us aid.
Be ever so careful, dear. The fiery thirst for knowledge is blazing bright within you. Be careful not to put it out. Once, many fire thieves sat here, sipping coffee, as they tried to decipher the best angle to hold up their reeds, to jam the burning wheel of Helios and steal his flame. The gods are selfish. They're stingy with their might. That's easy to say when the power's not yours to give. Knowing how to share is a rare virtue. Knowing how to share knowledge is a rarer virtue still. How can we transfer our wisdom into mortal minds? The gods pondered. Can inspiration be duplicated from one brain to another? It comes and goes like a gust of wind. So, what can be done? Not yet, darling. We've only finished the prologue. However, there is a but waiting down the road. A sudden rain dampened people's enthusiasm for the future. The floppy disks and many clever minds perished in it. Some of the fire thieves grieved the loss. They screamed and swore to retrieve what was lost. What about the rest of them? They return to primitive chaos, like coelacanths crawling back into the ocean after thousands of years of evolution. Once again, they became the protégés of Arcanum. Perhaps they made the right choice by leaving that useless science behind. Who knows? The story of the Fire Thieves has only gone this far, darling. At this point, no one knows what will happen to Prometheus or what's inside Pandora's box.
Any news from Zeno?
They are moving as planned. The deployment will be complete within 2 hours. What about Arcana?
Same old, standing still on the rock as if she's a part of it, soaking up the salt in the wind, I guess.
She's found herself a good spot, overlooking all of us from up there. The center of the island where the number people are heading, the entrance to the cave where Vertin and 37 are going, and the beaches in the storm. Nothing escapes her sight.
Impressive! Maybe she's planning her escape.
Is she also going to swim? It seems like we're in for a swimming competition. Speaking of which, it would be nice if those tortoise slowpokes could swim a little faster.
Look, Sonetto, I understand your plan now. But I still can't shake off a bad feeling about all this.
Don't worry, Regulus. We have gone over this many times. The margin of error should be below 0.00025%. I'm confident that it will work.
I know. Spare me with the numbers. I know I can rely on you. I'm still worried about Vertin. Will she make it back in 2 hours? If she doesn't come back in time, who's going to take charge and guide us? We'll have to steer our own course, won't we?
Yes. Laplace is gathering every piece of information they can find on the storm. The discovery of the asymmetrical nuclide R was already a remarkable breakthrough. It would help the immunity research a lot if the Timekeeper could find something useful in that cave.
I don't think she's going to have a lovely time there, judging by what happened to me last time. Is it just me, or do you also find this a bit fishy? The dangers aside, using an answer as a reward? What? Is this deity some sort of answering machine?
In fact, Apeiron is a philosophical concept introduced by the ancient Greek philosopher Anaximander, which means the origin of everything. It is the physical manifestation of the boundless, the indeterminate, and the infinite. Everything arises from it and returns to it. But it appears to serve a more practical purpose for the believers on this island.
Miss Marta told me about this. There are limits to the knowledge one can acquire, even when using numbers, which are considered closest to the essence. But Apeiron is a boundless, limitless existence. If we wish to seek knowledge beyond our own limitations, we must turn to it for help.
To the best of this apple's recollection, the more ancient, abstract, and intangible an entity is, the more likely it possesses arcane powers beyond our fathom. By communing with the supreme existences through sympathetic magic, worshippers could gain the guidance of their transcendental gnosis. They would, of course, exact a price from the worshippers as well.
Price? Could you be more specific on that, Mr. Apple? What's the price? Lives or something else?
Vertin! Jump over here! Very good! Now you are on number 1. And you should jump to 7. This is a 4x4 magic square. You just need to make sure every 4 steps you take adds up to 34. I don't understand, 37. This place was different the last time we were here.
It has changed because the test has begun. The path to new knowledge is always harder than verifying a known result. Don't worry. This is like a labyrinth with a minotaur. There is always a way to the center.
But weren't those labyrinth walkers offerings to the Minotaur?
Now we're going to solve the magic square. Vertin, the next number is 10. It turned into a magic circle. We have to calculate again. This one's easy. The sum of the numbers on each circle should be equal to the sum of the numbers on its diameter plus the number in the middle. We're just going from a square to a circle. It's not that difficult. You are now on 32. We need to find 17 or 21.
Apple 37. The numbers are coming to life. We need to put them back in place.
Look at my back.
What? Are you making fun of my name? White shell, pencil-like forelimbs. Ah! It deflected my arcane skill! Burton, it's no use attacking 21. Just focus on 9 and 33 instead. Start with the number that has the largest absolute value.
I believe in you.
A tooth for a
sword
tooth.
shop. I know the moon, and this is an alien city. Legna sereno intenso ad infinito.
Gee. An eye for an eye. A tooth for a tooth.
I believe in you.
Feel it, pain, and know with regret. Feel it, pain, and know with regret.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
An eye for an eye. Feel it, pain, and know with regret. Red 38 is about to return.
Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. I thought the next question would be the Ford Circle, the Monster Group, or Hilbert's Infinite Grand Hotel. I never thought it would be 6. Hello, 6. Are you the real thing?
Yes, I'm the real 6.
I wouldn't be so sure. When it comes to the essence, we are all shadows cast on a wall by a flickering fire. How do you know you're the real 6? Did you just smile? Now I very much doubt that you're real.
I didn't. And I am the true 6. This gate has always been guarded by a 6.
I have a bad feeling about this. I think the question we're about to answer will be very simple. It's just a formality, isn't it? You'll ask a question and let us through. I've seen you do that on other tests before.
Formality is also important.
No, only the essence is important. Only the forms are important.
This is a question about the essence and forms, 37. Please pay heed to it. As for Miss Vertin, we only expect you to lend a patient ear.
Very well.
"37. If your pursuit of truth were to lead to the destruction of your faith and beliefs, would you still keep going?"
What? What kind of question is that? If my pursuit of truth will be the destruction of my beliefs, I came for the truth, and my faith is the truth. Why would the truth be destroyed by the truth? If it's because I did the calculation wrong, I'll go back and do it again. And next time, I will do better.
What if the essence of truth is there is no truth?
Isn't that also a form of the truth? Its non-existence is an answer in itself, is it not? You're speaking like 210. Are you really 6?
I should be more specific. You may see it as another allegory. A gate stands before you. Open it, and you will find the truth you seek. But at the same time, the world as you know it will crumble. Will you still open it?
Yes. If my world changes because the truth is revealed, doesn't that mean my previous understanding was wrong and should be corrected? If what's behind the gate is really the truth, why would I give up the truth for falsehood?
I see. You've passed. As a reward, I will bestow upon you this sacred ritual. It will bridge the gap between you and the Supreme Existence during communion.
Was that it? You didn't even ask a question that posed a real challenge. See, Vertin? I knew this was just a formality. Vertin?
No, 37. I think this question...
37. There are some words I'd like to share with you. Not as Six, but myself, who used to live under the name Atticus. We know the story of Socrates' life, how truth and politics are at odds with each other. Either be wise, uninvolved and look on, or be practical, involved and suffer. I hope you will remember your answer when the defining moment comes for you.
We should go, Vertin. There's a long way ahead. I hope the next question will be more fun.
May the peace be with us.
Yes! 73! A good number. It's the 8th twin prime, the 8th lucky prime, and the same combination as 37. But sadly, you're the 21st prime number, which makes you less than perfect. Vertin, let's start with...
With 73, because it has the largest absolute value.
Nice choice, Vertin. You are a quick learner.
I saw a shot. So long lives this, and this gives
right wing. A little trick.
Resistance is futile.
Haven't you either? An eye for an eye.
I saw it sharp.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
Feel it, pain, and know
Voglio
it's
essere
regret.
intenso ad infinito. It's alright. I will be sword sharp.
A tooth for a tooth.
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
Using truth.
Nothing I haven't expected so far. Just like what Mom told me. They're just games, like skipping rocks, katabos, and hopscotch. I've always been good at games. Look, there's the gate, Vertin. We're almost at the end. What's the matter, Vertin? You've been quiet since we met 6. But you're number 0, not 6. You have no common factor with him.
No. I'm only thinking... What's the question you're going to ask? We've only got one chance.
The most important question of all, of course.
about the essence of the emanation, right?
Well, the essence of it is important. But one day, we will eventually come to understand it. Even if we leave it alone for now, it will still be there. Yes?
I think so.
I can't stop thinking about Regulus. Despite being so close to the answer, she turned back in the cave, determined to earn the answer rather than receive it on a silver platter. It's like covering your ears in front of the oracles at Delphi. How typical of an irrational number. But she was also right, wasn't she? None of the precepts forbids one from doing so. People like her may fall behind or get distracted along the way, learning at a slower pace. But in the end, we will all converge. It doesn't matter if some arrive sooner than others.
So, are you going to ask something else?
Yes, I have come up with a better question. A question that will solve all our problems once and for all, and free everyone from the emanation. It's not as profound as my first question, but it's an equally good one.
I see. I will stop here then.
Huh? Vertin, are you turning back like Regulus? But you're a zero. You're not an irrational.
No, I won't go far. I will wait for you here. This is your gate to open. It is your question, your answer. I will stay here and watch over you. If you encounter any danger in there, I will come to your aid at once.
But don't you also have a question to ask Aperon? Aren't your doubts unresolved?
No, I don't need to ask anymore. The question you're going to ask, the one that will free us all from the emanation, is exactly the question I want to ask, 37.
I see. So you're choosing to be the one who looks on, like the third kind of men in the Olympic Games. A choice of insight, most appropriate for the number 0. In that case, I will see you later then, Vertin.
See you soon, 37. Will this really be the collapse of her world as she knew it, like Six said? If that happens, I'll be here to hold the umbrella for her.
Do you think 37 is going to make it?
Who knows? Six should be the easiest one to pass. The math puzzles in the labyrinth shouldn't be a problem for our little star either. The only tricky question is from Apeiron, and no one knows what it will be. It is a fair game. Answer Apeiron's question and it will answer yours. But if you give the wrong answer, oops. It'll hardly be a graceful end.
You are gross.
We know little about the test. The last person to pass the test was 300 years ago. The price of failure was high. For the longest time, the Sixers forbade people from risking their lives for it.
Well, Six lied. Someone passed the test 4 years ago. The two of them are so much alike. Their talents, their mindsets, even their first thoughts when facing an impossible challenge. It is an irresistible temptation indeed. With a path to all truths right in front of you, just within reach. Who wouldn't want to give it a try?
Mama? How are you here?
No, I'm not who you think I am, child. I'm but a shadow, a flicker of fire, a projection before you. The finite cannot comprehend the infinite. Your limited senses cannot imagine what you've never seen, nor fathom what you've never heard. I am the answer to your desperate prayers. I am the blindfold before you see daylight. I am the reflection of your confused, hollow faces in the water. I am the lingering echo of the last visitor.
But you look just like Mama. This is the last obstacle of the test. The gate of truth is just ahead, right? And here you are, standing in front of me. Does that mean that you finally reached the transcendental realm? So my conjecture was right, and our model did not fail. Correct?
The transcendental realm? You speak adorable nonsense, my dear daughter. Did you really believe what I said? You silly little goose. Have you not doubted, even for a moment? You did. You wavered when you strolled the shores at night, when you inevitably gazed at the geometric bodies. If they really are manifestations of the transcendental world, why can't I find Mama's number in the broken pieces? You thought. Why can't I hear her voice? Why can't I see their patterns? The darkness blinds me. I miss you, Mama. Huh. Oh, my poor, sweet daughter. You are too young and naive, too attached to what is familiar and too trusting of your teachings. You should have continued doubting instead of following my outdated footsteps. Was the conjecture wrong? Was the model correct? It does not matter, child. The rules of the game have changed. The Chaos Makers, the Fearmongers, and the Rule Shapers, they have already outpaced us. We were not wrong, we simply fell behind. We were blinded by the dream of the transcendental realm and could not see through reality. But worry not, my daughter. You have made it here, and that is all that matters. We will do the calculations together. This time, the results will be more accurate than ever.
Mama!
This world is an enormous wasteland, 37. Look at the creations in it. The congested, silent herds that scurry to and fro in their meaningless lives. Never have they looked at the stars above, nor bent to smell the flowers. The melodies of the patterns above go unheard by them, their souls unresonant to their wisdom. They are the prisoners of their bodies, complacent in their dulled senses, and conceited over their success of ruling the planet through violence and bloodshed. They mocked us, shunned us, and slaughtered us. They discriminated against us throughout the ages, branded us as lunatics, and spat on what we held dear. But we never gave up once. We were never truly defeated. One day, they will be proven wrong, and they will be forced to admit it. My daughter, my precious little pearl. Come to me, back in your mother's arms. Let us return to a time before disputes and disasters, when it was just you and me wandering the boundless beach. I will share with you the infinite secrets of this world, the essence of all things, and the truth that transcends everything. That's what you came for, yes?
But Mama, I am 37, not infinity. Why would I want an infinite number of secrets?
The ground is shaking. Did she give the wrong answer?
I don't long for the infinite secrets, for it is not within the scope of my number. I know who I am. I am only 37, a finite number, a pebble in the sand. The tides could wash over me, engulf me, and crush me at any moment. Even so, I am glad to be 37, for I know my limits. I know my boundaries. A concept these supreme existences cannot even fathom. Acheron, the boundless one, I am here for a simple question. How can we escape the darkness of the phenomenal world and be free from the emanation forever? How? It clearly promised me an answer. Is it because the answer to my question, the transcendental truth, is outside of our limits too?
Make way! Move! Madame Lucy, we have the right pronunciation. The script you gave me was correct. This is the arcane language of the incantation. Where did you get it?
Very well. Give it to me. Inform all research teams that we are moving on to the next phase of the project.
If you're here to check on the progress, there is none. I'm afraid you'll leave disappointed, Madame Lucy.
Send this to everyone. It has been verified. This is the correct pronunciation of the immunity ritual.
This is... La Unwa.
We must share this with everyone! La Unua Circlo. Help!
What was that? Stop the transmission! The ritual is wrong!
No. The incantation is indeed correct.
What is going on?
Warning. Warning.
Hey, Dawkins, forget the outside. Come look at this. Some guys cracked it. They found the correct pronunciation.
For real? They better be serious if this is some kind of prank. La una circlo? Damn it! Damn it! Shit!
Ulrich! Dawkins! Victor! Rikard! Are you in there? Listen, if you receive the pronunciation of the incantation, do not recite it. Do not write it down. Do not pass it on. I know we've had our differences, but you have to trust me. I'm trying to save you.
Warning. Warning. All personnel stay away from their communication terminals. Do not recite any messages on the screen. Repeat, do not recite the incantation. Do not recite the incantation. Do not recite...
Rikard?
Duh.
Rikard! Don't speak. We're going to the recap center.
No, you go, Dawkins.
Dawkins! No, no, no!
Researcher Adler, please evacuate immediately. We will take over from here.
This trial is mine to judge.
I search, I
A
believe in
tooth
you.
for a tooth.
I know the law, and this is an alien
Pay for thy
city.
sins with thy blood.
sereno intenso ad infinito. It's alright.
Fine. Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Don't blink. A little trick.
Feel it pain and know it regret.
Using troops.
I thought the worst case would be that the ritual is useless since no one here can wield it. I was wrong. So terribly wrong. The reality is 1,000,000 times worse. We have invited a disaster. It is a curse, even more unpredictable, unstable, and uncontrollable than the mask. Dora crumbled to dust. Richard cracked like dry land, and Dawkins turned into a statue of mud. And Victor, he vanished. We've tried everything, but he's nowhere to be found. Yet he's here, typing, sending emails, getting to door for me. All of these catastrophic events, and only 3 words were uttered. 3. What are we dealing with, Madame Lucy? Which deity are we provoking and stealing from?
Get some rest, Mr. Adler. Your mission is complete. Other researchers will take it from here.
You what? Are you not going to call it off? After all that's happened?
The research must go on. The authenticity of the incantation and the fact that any arcanist can recite it were revealed to us through this unexpected mishap. Now, a new question arises. How can we eliminate the side effects? From now on, we no longer require the help of human researchers. Only Arcanum can lift a curse of Arcanum.
"37." Stay with me. I'll get you out. Is this Six's scroll?
+1, -1, +2, -3, 3, -3, +2, -1, +1. I see. I understand now.
What did you say? 37. Are you feeling better now?
They're numbers, Vertin. 6's scroll reconciled the gap between the Supreme Existence and me. I can now hear and understand. The answer to my question, the solution to free us from the emanation, the response Apiron promised me, is a string of numbers.